Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any video that I have posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. As a child, when I was growing up in Hong Kong, one thing that had always drummed into my head is that I should eat lots of vegetables. And on top of that, I should eat many different kinds of vegetables because that's the best way to get the nutritional value that I will need. Now today in the United States, this idea has been catching up. Many people have recommended that we should include more vegetables in our diet. But eating vegetables is very challenging. Most people just do not know how to eat more vegetables. And many people consider vegetables to be boring. But it's an entirely different story if you eat different kinds of vegetables. If you cook a dish with many different types of vegetables, you will find that not only it's not boring, but it's actually really delicious. And it's very exciting to cook this type of dish as well. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to create a dish with many different kinds of vegetables, but also to include meats as well. In this case, include salmon. The beauty of this dish is that you can cook everything in the wok, and you can cook it all together. And the end result is that it will become a one-wok meal. It not only saves time, but it also allows all the different flavors to blend into the dish. So the key of cooking this dish is to have all your ingredients already prepped in advance. And in this case, when you start to cook, you will have everything ready and it will take you only a few minutes to gather all the pieces together and you will be ready to cook. Now in this dish, I'm going to cook some salmon first. I'm going to cook the salmon using a method called shallow frying. The idea is very simple. Basically, I pan fry the salmon. And this is the reason I have a flat bottom wok. And this is a Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. And I really like this wok because the bottom surface of the wok not only is flat, but it also relatively large, which is about the size of a small frying pan. And the end result is that you can use it easily to lay out all the salmon. Now, the way I fry this salmon, I only use about 6 ounces. As I've indicated here, I'm going to use the salmon more as a condiment rather than as the main ingredients. Now, my wife loves salmon, but she really liked this idea because she said in this case, all she needs to do is to eat a couple pieces of salmon and she would be satisfied. She does not have to eat like a whole big chunk of salmon like she used to do, and in that case, she will quite often have a hard time finishing it up. This way, she would just eat in love to give her the flavor of the salmon. And to fry this salmon, I always fry the skin side down. Now, this is a great method because the skin contains great flavor. The only problem is that most people do not like the skin of the salmon because it has a lot of fat. When you fry it like this, first and foremost, you will drive out the oil, and secondly, you will also char the skin and makes it really tasty. My wife used to not to like the skin of the salmon. Now she considered that to be the best part of the salmon. If you never try the skin of the salmon and you always discard the salmon, you might want to try this method. Also, I cut the salmon into thin pieces. It does not affect the quality of the salmon at all. In fact, it makes it taste better. The nice thing is that you can cook it really quickly. Now the salmon is about 60%, 70% done. Next, I add some portobello mushroom. Again, I have the portobello mushroom already in my advanced prepping, so all I need to do is to find it in the refrigerator. And that not only make the cooking process more streamlined, but it also will allow you to use as little or as much as you would like. After I add the mushroom to the wok, next I find some purple cabbage. Now the purple cabbage is also great to add flavor to the dish. This is followed by adding some asparagus. Now you notice that using this method, I can pick and choose of different kinds of vegetables that I want to add to the dish. Each time you might choose a slightly different combinations. But more importantly, you can also vary the ratio. And it often surprises me if I change the ratio, it can change the characteristic of the dish almost completely. For example, I can use more asparagus in comparison to, say, the other 2 ingredients. Or I can use more mushroom So all of this you can adjust, and the nice thing is that it will entirely depend on what is available to you on hand, and of course what you will like better than compared to the others. And this has a great advantage in create very interesting dish. And next, I add some colored bell pepper. As you notice that I add them later because I do not want to cook them too long. And this is followed by add some romaine lettuce. Now most of you probably say, can you stir fry romaine lettuce? And my answer is that you bet. Romaine lettuce actually stir fry really well. The only thing is that you want to add the romaine lettuce way at the end because romaine lettuce can be easily overcooked. In this way, a brief stir fry will allow you to keep the little bit of the crispy texture of the romaine lettuce, and this will make the dish more interesting. And then I add some cherry tomatoes. Again, I do not want to cook the cherry tomatoes too much. I want to retain more of their natural flavor. This whole method is known as sequential stir frying. By adding the different ingredients in sequence, you can cook them to the texture that you want. I'm going to season the dish with just a small amount of a teriyaki sauce, about a little bit over 1 tablespoon. I normally do not measure because you don't have to, because you just adjust the flavor by starting out with a small amount. Do a taste test, and if you want to add more, you can always add a little bit more. This is a much better way because eventually you will learn the flavor of your sauce. Then in the future, you know exactly what to put in. You can predict what the flavor is going to be like. This dish is a one-meal dish. It contains 6 different kinds of vegetables, and it contains salmon, which is the protein. So the consequence is that you can cook a single dish, which will be sufficient for 2 people without any question. It is, for my wife and I, and you probably will have some left over that you can use for the next day, either for lunch or as a snack. The nice thing about this is that everything can be cooked in a single wok. Simplicity is the key to home cooking, particularly in this modern age, because most people are not willing to spend more than 30 minutes in the kitchen to prepare a meal. When cooking this dish, you can, from start to finish, from the time you walk into the kitchen to the time when you have the dish ready and served on the table, in less than 20 or 25 minutes. Definitely less than 30 minutes. And furthermore, the simplicity of this is that you really don't have anything to wash other than the wok, because all your other ingredients is in your storage container that you have for advanced prepping. Until you finish all the ingredients, you really don't need to clean the container at all. And so consequently, when you finish eating, you have very few dishes to wash. And you will be out of the kitchen in about 10 minutes after you finish eating dinner. So using my fast cooking system, you can make home cooking as part of your daily routine that you can cook every single night. It takes about the same amount of time if you were eating fast and ultra-processed food. I post a video each day to help you to adopt the fast cooking system. If you want to learn more about the cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.